I'm Valerie from Together Against Cancer, and I'm here with Alison Preston from NuMe Health Coaching.
Yes.
Welcome. Thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you for inviting me, Valerie.
You're very welcome. I'm grateful for Premier Events and Studio to allow us to use this space absolutely for free. I'm really grateful for the support. For those of you that don't know about the charity, we're called Together Against Cancer. There's a board there. We are based in Firmiston in Leicester, and we support cancer patients and their carer up to 3 years beyond the last procedure. And we do that in a holistic way. We talk about complementary therapies, we do hydroxy gas therapy, we talk about mindset, stress management, counseling, emotional freedom technique, all sorts. And the point of us being there is to help people through the treatment and beyond, so then they learn how to support their body a bit better from home, and they've got a better chance of recovery and making sure that it doesn't come back. So Alison, you are a health coach?
I am, yes.
And how long have you been a health coach?
I have been a health coach now for about 3 years.
3 years?
Total, yes.
Yeah. And what got you to be a health coach? Tell us a little bit more about you and your history and what's happened and how you got there.
So I was a nurse from when I was 18, went into student nurse training at 18 years old and did 37 years.
37 years?
Yeah.
Where did you pack them? You don't look it. Seriously.
Thank you. So that's probably since I've left the NHS.
There you go then.
Joking.
No, it's a stress, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but I enjoyed my time there as well. So
good.
It's
rewarding being a nurse. You make
rewarding.
A huge difference to those people that need you.
I don't regret any minute of it.
Good.
So I did the cardiothoracic nursing, intensive care, and stepped down and on the ward, all different areas of cardiothoracic, and then did continuing healthcare for a little while. And then the last 10 years was spent in cancer screening services.
Cancer screening services.
Yeah.
So it kind of links up to what we're doing there.
Yeah.
You were working in the bit before, and we did the after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And partly because it's still that like one-to-one in a sense, because you're seeing the person after they've had their little test kits at home, and then you're following them through their little journey. So it's an important moment because a lot of people have had that test kit at home and come in and they're quite wound up and stressed about the test kit itself. So you're seeing them at that vulnerable point and then literally go through everything that's going to happen before they have to go for a procedure. So but
knowing you, and I've known you for pretty much a couple of years now, you're such a calm, cool cucumber. You must be bringing people down to just relax, it's okay.
Yeah, I think because there is obviously things that have to happen within that clinic, but sometimes you can't stick to an order, can you? I don't believe you can.
No.
And if somebody comes in, they've got something on their chest, you need to speak about that first, regardless of where you are. That's whether it's health coaching, whether it's sitting in a clinic room, because nobody's going to listen to you otherwise.
Are you still working there now? I know you did some time ago.
I retired at the end of July.
So recently then?
Yeah.
And now you're full on a health coach?
Full on health coaching.
Full on health coaching. Well done. Congratulations.
So, yes. And I'm enjoying it.
Good. For a lot of people out there that are not used to the terms of coaching or even health coach, what is a health coach, Alison? So
as a health coach, in my role, I am supporting people to live their best life, but for them to I'm helping them to realise where they can make small changes. So they're not having to make drastic changes in their life to just be that little bit healthier, whether that's with diabetes, high blood pressure, just changing lifestyle changes so they're not so stressed, which has a big impact on your health, making small changes so they get a better night's sleep, which impacts all of your health.
It does. Sleep is very important, and we'll touch on that in a second. So really, you're there to guide them as to what they can do to take responsibility for their own health and grab control of it and make small improvements.
So when they come to me, I encourage them to talk about their whole day, their whole week.
And I think that's very different from GPs. Unfortunately, they've only got 10, 15 minutes when you get to see them.
Yeah.
And you're there to talk about a condition.
Yeah.
And if you've got more than one, sometimes they want you to book 2 appointments. But this is different. You really get to know the person and go down to the nitty-gritty as to what's going on in their lifestyle, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what impacts them, what is most important to them. Because if you've given all this information about, I don't know, say you've just been told you've got hypertension, high blood pressure, I try not to use medical terming because it...
Don't worry, I'll ask you to explain it for those that...
No, but I try not to, because I just think it goes over people's heads.
Plain English, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going through all that information that they've been given or that they've found on the internet, and some of it isn't true. And if they've been given, they know they've got 10 things that can make them feel better or change in their life. Try to do all 10 things all on the same day. It's not going to happen, and you just feel like you failed and you don't try again. So it's going through and trying to make one little change at a time.
For you to go from being a nurse and working in the NHS and now being a health coach, what kind of training or studying or qualifications have you had to go through? What kind of hoops have you had to jump through to get to where you are?
I had to do the health coaching course. I'm an accredited health coach with the EMCC, which you're going to ask me, which is the European Mentoring and Coaching Council.
Wow.
And it's also accredited through the Personal Care Institute. They are allowed to be within the NHS, so I can work within the NHS if I wanted to. So it's not one of those
qualifications that you've picked off the internet, you've done a couple of hours or a few, whatever, and then now you've got an accreditation. This is proper.
It's properly accredited.
Proper, because you can even work with the NHS.
Yeah,
it's recognised out there, people. She's valid.
Yeah,
Alison's
I'm
true.
valid. Yeah. And I subscribe with the EMCC, the European Mental and Council, the Coaching Council. Yeah.
You've been practicing for a few years now.
Yeah.
Without revealing any kind of data, person's name or anything, can you give us a couple of case studies for different types of conditions that you've helped people with? I know you've helped somebody with sleep.
I have.
I know you've helped somebody with diabetes.
I helped somebody with diabetes.
Yeah. Can you tell us a bit more about these two?
With the diabetes, we went through everything that they've been doing. Do
you mean food?
Food, eating, when they're eating, what they're eating, and also their exercise as well.
Yeah.
They were already on medications, and it was being looked at that they were possibly going to have to go onto insulin. And they didn't want to. It didn't fit in with their lifestyle.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to really go onto
themselves.
insulin. Yeah.
No, of course not.
Regardless. So we went through literally everything and how they can make some small changes, not massive changes, but just some small changes and things things that they didn't actually realise.
Can you be a bit more specific of what kind of changes that were implemented? Just to give people an idea.
So lunchtime, for example, they had to have something quick and easy. And their favourite snack would be crisps. It was one of those things that can increase your blood sugars a lot. So, yeah. Yeah,
because crisps is salty, so people don't think so. But what people don't realise is that crisps are massively produced. The oil that's used in that
as well,
is not a really good oil for the body. It creates inflammation and it can heighten the insulin resistance, which means that your body is not going to cope with whatever sugar's coming in at some point.
Yeah.
So even a packet of crisps on a regular basis is not good.
No, it's not good. So we changed that so that they would have something that they could get easily. So one thing was like just making making their own hummus and having some dip things, because it was the snacky things as well that they were looking at. One of the other things is they made soup, and the soup was then they're ready, and they had to get it back out and heat it back up.
I don't think about it. I mean, not so much in the winter, but in the summer. But in the winter, I do like to just grab whatever leftover veggies I've got.
Yeah.
Bong that in the pot. A few spices, herbs, whatever. I'll just make it to my taste. If I want to, I'll just add some coconut milk. And here you go. Creamy soup done already. Blend it. I don't like mine blended. I don't like the big pieces soup. To me, it's just blah. I'm French. I'm sorry. I like blended.
Yeah, I like blended.
I don't do the minestrone.
No.
It needs to be blended.
But I'm like you. Yeah. If you're doing a roast dinner and you've got lots left,
Yeah.
But you know you're not going to eat it. Why waste it?
Exactly. Chunk it in with some
Put
water.
it in, yeah, yeah.
Make it soup. You can
or
freeze it.
Yeah, or in a soup maker. If you don't want to actually put it on the top, saves wasting money.
That
and
doesn't mean having loads of slices of bread with it either.
It doesn't mean having slices of bread with it. No.
So that was diabetes. What about the sleep? I thought that was a really interesting story that I heard with when you helped a couple with sleep.
One was struggling to get to sleep. And one was waking up in the night. And it had to be something that was going to work for both of them. So we sat down and went through everything that they both do and combined the things that they could do together. So we started off in the morning that they would both get up and make their drink, and whether that's tea or coffee or whatever, and that might be a surprise, but caffeine, it keeps you awake if you have it later on in the day, but it also has antioxidants in it as well.
Yes.
So having
I'm not
some
anti-coffee completely. I'm just wary of how much coffee people should have.
Yeah. So having it first thing in the morning is far better than later, but not on an empty stomach either. But
you need to drink plenty of water first.
Yes.
Yeah.
And standing outside, restarting that circadian rhythm, which is your body clock rhythm.
Follow the sun.
Follow the sun. Just going outside, even if it's just for 10 minutes, and just restarting that clock so that your body knows I'm awake now, that light on you. And then going from there, we looked at their breakfast. So they changed what they were having for breakfast. They stopped having the sugary cereals and things like that, high in sugar.
I cannot remember the last time I had cereals for breakfast. That stuff is just
many people think they are healthy.
No. All it is just wheat of some sort, shape or form, plus sugar in the wrong kind of oil. All it's doing is just damaging you. No, I don't do that anymore.
And because of that sugar rush, you then crash down. So then you get tired. And you
think you've got to eat again.
Yes. So we looked at that as well, because all of that comes into it. Most people think like going to bed at night is just an hour before you go to bed, but it starts first thing. So we went through what they were having for lunch. So they started taking different things to lunch. Instead of having sandwiches and things, they looked at having salads with different things, or cooked vegetables that they could have if they were staying at home. And their meal at night, they were having it quite late, so they looked at like preparing meals either beforehand that they could cook, so preparing the meals on the Sunday ready for the week, or the person that got in first would start cooking, and being a bit more prepared about what they were doing.
So what kind of time would you say, let's just say this person really needs to be in bed, nearly asleep by 10 p.m. because they've got to get up by 6 a.m. Ish, which is kind of me these days. I've got no choice. I've got a cat that wakes me up at that time anyway. So if I want a good night's sleep, I've got to be asleep by 10. What kind of time would you say is the last time they should eat something?
You're looking sort of 4 or 5 hours before, at least 3.
At least 3 hours before you go and lie down.
Yeah. If you're eating a heavy meal, because it's going to sit in your system.
And that's because it's in the stomach. The stomach's working hard to chop it up, digest it, blend it all over so it can go through the rest of you. And the stomach's got an angle. A lot of people don't realise that. I love sharing these little tidbits in podcasts. The stomach is aimed towards, so thinking of myself, it's on the right-hand side. Right, so the entrance to the stomach is an angle towards the right-hand side, and then the exit is also on the right-hand side. So it's like a C shape or a moon. So if you go and lie down and you're on your back, it's not too bad. But if you go and lie down and you lie down on your right-hand side, you're basically turning it upside down,
so it can't get through.
And then that can create heartburn because the food's trying to get back into your esophagus, back towards your mouth. So whenever I go to bed, I always lie on my left side because I know I can feel the difference these days. I'm that sensitive now. I can really sense what's going on in my body. If I go on the right hand side, within a minute, I'm like, oh no, turn around. I can't go on my right hand side anymore.
It's weird, isn't it? But it's true. And it makes such a difference,
Yeah.
especially if somebody's suffering with indigestion.
Especially if you've got heartburn,
Mm.
acid reflux. So
Yeah.
so people sleep either on your back or the left-hand side. Don't go on your right. But make sure you digest completely before you go to bed. So you're
It's
saying
better to,
3
yeah,
hours
if you
minimum,
can,
4 or 5 hours.
would be ideal
Okay.
of allowing
So
it to
me
go
wanting
through.
to eat by 6 p.m. every day and being asleep by 8:30, 10 makes absolute sense then.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but it's difficult, isn't it? Because some people don't get in from work till 6. And they...
Well, then they can't go to bed at 10.
That's
That's the challenge, isn't it?
It
Or
is, yeah.
having a smaller meal.
It's, yeah, having a smaller meal, trying to have something bigger at lunchtime or breakfast time.
Mm-hmm.
Reversing it round is another
And
way.
even what you eat is important as well.
Mm.
Because there's heavy meals and there's lighter meals. So,
Yeah.
Quantity,
So,
the type of food.
yeah, so having a heavier breakfast, maybe, and reversing it round so you just have soup in the evening.
Yeah, it's more digestible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goes through you a bit more.
The sleep is our time to actually, not just for us to close our eyes, but for the whole body.
The whole body to
rest and recuperate and recover. So if we're not getting proper sleep, parts of our bodies are still working, like our liver and our stomach and our gallbladders, everything. And if we can let them rest,
there's a lot of cleansing going on in that time that people don't realise.
Yeah, and but if you've got food going through, they can't cleanse.
Yeah,
so.
And even the hydration part, and this is part of sleep as well.
Mm.
I know that I need to drink at least one last glass of water before I go to bed, because otherwise I'm too dehydrated in the morning, and I know I've not digested my food the same way, and that leads to potential constipation for me. I know that about myself, but I know there's other people out there. It's like, oh no, I don't want to drink in the evening because I'll be getting up in the middle of the night to go for a wee. Catch-22, isn't it?
Yeah, so. But if you're fully hydrated, you won't have that effect, will you?
Exactly. So if it's the right kind of hydration, it will go into your cells. It will not go through you, and you won't need to empty your bladder.
Yeah. So if you become fully hydrated all of the time. So when you if you first start drinking water and you're only used to having 1 cup a day, 1 glass a day, and you first start drinking it, you possibly will find you going to the toilet more.
Yeah.
But eventually you'll become properly hydrated and your body will be used to it. And you will feel better for it.
So it takes a bit of effort to change the habits and to change how the body reacts to things.
And it's not going to happen within 24 hours. If you think you've been living like this for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, whatever, you can't expect your body just to change within 24 hours. It takes time.
It takes time, yeah. So you said that out of those 2 people, one person was waking up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
How did that change then in the end?
We started doing a walk in the evening, because what was happening, they were coming in, having their dinner, then they'd sit down and they would possibly fall asleep watching TV.
Yeah.
And then obviously waking up later. So they would go for just a slow walk. You don't want a massive run or whatever, just a slow walk, just to stop them from doing that and
20 minutes,
rechange
half
that.
an hour?
Yeah, just 20 minutes, half an hour, 3/4 an hour if you want to, but just don't make it a race. You're just calming down for the night. So, and it helps with your digestion as well.
I was going to say, yes, when you're moving, when you're walking, I'm not saying heavy exercise here, obviously. You don't want to get yourself
just
to
nice,
jump up
calm
and down
walk.
or anything. But just a calm walk really helps the digestion. And we've all done that. I think that's kind of common sense anyway. Everybody knows once you've had a big meal, you go for a walk. Well, same thing if you're struggling to sleep. That could help. It could help your body digest.
Yeah.
And then get ready for sleep. So if you're struggling to sleep, maybe you need to go for a bit of a walk. So Alison, you've obviously dedicated your life to helping people, being a nurse and so on. And now you're going to for yourself as a coach. But I know, because I know you, that you've not had the easiest life situation.
Yeah.
Do you want to share a little bit of your background and what you've done to change that? Because it's really impressive.
Yeah. So when I was younger, I did all these things that you do when you're younger. You know, that is life, and that's what we do, isn't it?
So you had the ice cream.
I had the ice cream. Yeah, had the alcohol. Had the, all of it. And then I smoked as we did. I was like, 80s, 90s. So
yes, there was a lot of smoking going on by then.
So yeah, and then I had actually already given up smoking way before that anyway, but way before anything happened with me. But yeah, the first thing that happened was I collapsed, and it was actually my gallbladder.
Wow.
And I had been having pains and things beforehand. And yeah, I just ignored them.
You just ignored the signs. Your body was trying to tell you something's not right.
Yeah, the body was trying to tell me something wasn't right. But it was also after a car accident, and I just assumed it was where I'd got a couple of cracked ribs. Yeah, and so I assumed that was it. And also that I was probably hungry because I was working on the ward at the time. Don't always get your breaks, so we would just grab the chocolates, which would make me feel a little bit better for a while, and then obviously felt rough again. So yeah, but then I had my gallbladder out. It was quite poorly.
When did that happen? How many years ago, roughly?
Oh gosh,
10 years, 15, 20?
Yeah, I think I was 40, 41. So yeah, 14
only yesterday,
years.
then.
14 years. Yeah.
What?
14 years.
I still can't believe that's our age. 14 years ago. Okay, yeah. So 14 years ago, and then what changed after that?
I did change. I don't eat low-fat foods because of the saccharin and stuff in them. They never suited me, and I never liked them anyway.
I'm not sure that's a word that people will understand, saccharin. So sweeteners. Yeah. So I've never had them anyway. So even before that, but yeah, I did start to look at my diet a lot more about what I was eating, and was eating more healthily. I don't eat meat, and it's not because necessarily that I'm vegetarian, but I was trying to make my diet more pure rather than anything. We're not saying that you can't eat meat.
That's my personal choice.
It's the quality of the meat that's available out there through the supermarkets and so on is not the best quality. So if you really want to eat meat, go for organic or go to a local butcher and you know where that meat comes from. And a piece of steak or sausages or whatever has been done by the local butcher will be much better quality than what you get in a supermarket.
Yes, definitely.
So always look at what the quality is.
Yeah.
It's mass produced.
Yeah. There's, get your meat from somewhere and it hasn't been pumped full of chemicals to make it grow quicker and all of those. Yes. Yeah, definitely.
So to improve, then you looked at your diet.
That's my diet. I went back to exercising. As I was growing up, I used to do judo. I used to do half marathons and all of those. And then I sort of got a bit older in the late teens and it went out of the way.
And I feel for anybody, especially these days, when you go from schooling into your work life, integrating, that's the word, integrating exercise in your routine is not always easy.
No.
It's not. And I still struggle. I do it because I know I need to do it, but I like it once I've done it, but I don't enjoy doing it, if you know what I mean. It's putting myself through.
So it's harder. I always think it's easier to do something that you enjoy.
It is,
and try and find something that you like doing. I love walking and I like being out in the open. So that is my thing now.
So looking at your diet, was that enough for you to feel better, or did you do anything else?
I did increase what I was doing, what exercise I was doing. I did look at that as well. And just cleaner, just all over really. Just looking at what I didn't need in the house as well.
What do you mean by what you didn't need in the house?
Well, cleaning products.
Oh, you're talking about the chemicals in cleaning products.
Yeah, so I try not to use those as well.
Yeah, chemical-free people. Not 3. Free.
It's very hard though. You can't do it completely. It's very, and
true.
cost sometimes comes into it as well.
4 years, I've changed all my products bit by bit. So from washing up liquid to laundry detergent to whatever I pour on my body in the shower. My creams. The only thing I've not changed is my makeup, but I don't put any foundation on. I've changed my deodorant, but I've not managed to find many brands for makeup that I like. But I know there's a couple of them out there. I'm sure people will know what they are. But...
Yeah, we can't actually say.
Well, I'm not here to promote everybody.
No, you can't.
So there's ways
to
get chemical-free everything that you need for your body, and you don't have to, overload yourself with toxicity.
Yeah,
it does go into your system.
Yeah, so just doing whatever you can do for you. It doesn't have to be what everybody else is doing, does it?
Yeah,
it's how you feel about it as well. So that was my first obstacle.
Yeah.
And then later on, I became ill again, and I have a very rare blood disease. So I basically kill off my own red blood cells early.
Okay, say that again a bit louder, please.
So I have a rare blood disease. So your red blood cells last for 128 days, and then they naturally die off. Mine don't make it to 120 days. When I'm doing my cleaning and stuff, my body is getting rid of them before they even get to that stage. So mine don't get to mature. So constantly, as they're not matured, they don't get the iron on board, they don't get the oxygen on board, and that sort of thing. Yeah.
How are you still here? That's what I want to know. If your red blood cells are not doing their job.
Yeah. So I do have to take tablets for that. I can't, but I have to take some immunosuppressants. What's called immunosuppressants.
It's an autoimmune disease, right?
It's an autoimmune disease, yeah, and it can be caused by various different things. So we don't actually know the cause of mine. It can be caused by insect bites.
Oh, wow.
It can be caused by such things as like I was so poorly with my gallbladder. That could have been the start of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of different reasons, so we don't actually know why as such. But yeah.
But every time I see you, you're vibrant, you're full of energy, you're perky, you're smiling.
And I think that's just doing everything else right, isn't it? Doing what I can do for me.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to get to. Yeah. Although you've got this condition, you are doing as much as you can to support yourself so you can carry on with a normal life.
Yeah.
And you're actually helping others change things because you're a health coach now.
Yeah. I think
well done.
After I'd been through the NHS myself, with having medications and being steroids for ages, they have their side effects as well. I know now what it's like to have 2 or 3 consultants and be getting told different things from each one, not intentionally, it's just how it happens. But I find that confusing. So,
it is very confusing, and they don't always have all the answers.
Yeah,
like you said, they don't know what triggers it exactly.
No. So it is, and that's one of my reasons for becoming a health coach. I want to help people prevent, and you can't prevent everything, but we can do as much as we want to, as we can, and try and get off some medications if we can.
Well done for actually looking at the situation and going, I'm going to do my own research and I'm going to see what I can change to improve that situation. In a similar way, I kind of apply that to when my son was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition. Without going into too much details, again, I was asking the same questions. What can I do to help him from home? Do I need to change his diet? Anything? What triggers there? What can I do to make things better? And the answer is always, we don't know. Or there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can change that's going to help. And I was not happy with that answer. So I did my own research, and that's when I started following the path of what the current food industry, the processed packaged foods, what they're doing to us, and realizing something needs to change. And that's not just for him, but also for myself at the time. And we changed things over the last 10 to 14 years. And, I feel like I'm 25 again, somehow.
Yeah, I think it makes a big difference on how you do feel. And to start with, it is, I really can't be able to go on that walk today. It's raining. Actually, once you've been out and done it, even in the rain, it's nice. It's refreshing.
Yeah.
And walking quietly and just taking
when you go, do you go on your
own? Sometimes I go on my own. Sometimes I go with my husband or my daughter. But yeah, I don't mind going on my own. It's nice.
I like the running for that purpose because it's peace and quiet. I've got time to think. I don't have to focus on a device or anything. So it's just, time to think.
And I think you start to... Me and my sister were having a conversation. We were walking along the seafront, and we're saying how, like, a few years ago, we didn't hear the birds and stuff in the tweeting along the side of the pier as we were going up. And the promenade, we'd never pick them out.
You would have noticed.
We'd have just heard the hubble bubble of everybody talking. But because she's been doing this sort of similar, she goes out running and things like that, and we're both saying how we can still hear the birds over people talking.
Mm-hmm.
You sort of just,
that's
and
what
it's
you're
nice.
Focusing on.
Yeah, yes. So we're obviously refocusing onto that. So yeah,
Mother Nature's a wonderful thing.
It is.
I know health coaching is not the only thing that you're doing, or you've got different ways to help people. So tell us a little bit more about the range of services that you offer.
Not one thing fits everybody. So I do offer one-to-one, or if it's two people living in the same house, like couples and similar sort of problems. And also sometimes you want to help your partner, so you want to change things yourself to help them. And like you and your son, you both did it.
Yeah,
it's support, isn't it? So I do that, and I offer a discount. I don't expect people to pay twice.
Of course, yeah.
So I do that, and that's like very personalised. We literally go through everything. Some people prefer things in a group, so I do some online group things as group programs as well that I've started. I'm going to do one with sleep soon, around sleep.
Fabulous.
Doing one for brides, that's slightly different.
But again, it's a different service. So you've got a bride service.
Yeah, it's like bridal
how does that look like then?
That's a 6-week online. It's just a small group, so it's 6 1-hour sessions online, and it's just a small group of people for that reason. So everybody feels like they can talk. It's not going to be, or it's not. We don't want anybody being judgmental or anything like that. It's just an open space. And we're looking at mindset, about being positive, about not just being positive, but looking at the mindset of how you can do it when you are feeling, oh, what am I doing?
A bit stressed, because getting married is very stressful.
It's very stressful, yeah. So it's looking at that, and also like nutrition, keeping your nutrition up. I'm not talking about losing weight or anything, like just for energy, for clear skin, that's
so you can glow on the day.
Yeah, be radiant on the day.
Fabulous.
Radiant brides on the day. So I've got little videos that are they're via YouTube, but only people that come on the program can access them. For doing meditations, doing yoga, and other exercises that have been done just especially for the program. And I have a skincare specialist as well that does facial care and things like that. So she talks from her point of view and what you can do. She gives tips and treats. So yeah, I hope, and it may develop further, depending on people I meet.
And I know in your services you've got one that's walk and talk.
Yes, I love walk and talk.
For the walk and talk, tell us about where you're based though, because obviously that's not going to be all over the UK.
So even with one-to-ones, it can be online. It can be on your home you're within like 10, 15 miles of Hinckley. And also the same with the walking and talking. It has to be sort of around the area really. Okay. But it's nice walking and talking. People talk more freely and think more freely.
Because you're not facing each other like we are now, kind of thing. I'm looking into your eyes. But when you're looking forward. So really, you're not facing that person, and that takes away a little bit of pressure in a way. And I know that in the past, being next to somebody allowed them to open up even more.
Yeah, it does.
There's a barrier that's missing, and I think people are scared of being judged. And when you're not looking into somebody's eyes, you kind of miss out on that, which is helpful.
Yeah, and I think sometimes when you're walking along and some like leaves fall down or something happens, it makes people think about things as well, about things in their life as well. It might just happen at the right time, and they just start talking about something. And sometimes you end up sitting on a bench for 20 minutes or looking over into a field over the fence or something. It's
just enjoying the surrounding as well.
Yeah, and whatever is free and easy.
And I know you've got one more service.
The health book service.
The health book service.
Oh, health book club, yeah.
The book club, yeah?
Yeah.
Tell us more about the book club. What does that look like?
So the book club, we meet once a month on the first Thursday of every month. We choose the book between us. So this month we are reading the Keep the Memories, Lose the Stuff. So it's about decluttering, decluttering.
What, physically or
decluttering the house really, and physically. There is a bit in there about physically, but it's but we've read all sorts of books. We read books about eating, we've read books about sleeping, we've read books about like different types of therapy type thing as well. didn't tell me this. Why has nobody told me this before? Everybody found that really good. Walking, we've read those.
So what have you found that people do with those books once they've read them?
People have got other people to read them as well. Right. And they all pick one thing that are going to take forward.
So they're going to implement something.
And most of them, they might have lost one or two or picked something else up instead. But yeah, they are actually doing them. So like once a month, which is about the right time. If you think how long it takes to pick up a new habit and get that into your life.
21 days or 28 days for the new, the connections between the neurons to implement.
Yeah. And then it's even longer to actually become an automatic thing that you do, like jumping in the car and putting your seatbelt on. It's like going 90 days. It depends what you read. There's different things. I think 75 is the lowest I've read and 120 is the highest. So
okay. A good 3 months.
Yeah, it's a good 3 months, isn't it? So yeah, it's about right really for people to implement.
And those people that have been coming to the book club, have you seen any of them that have improved? Do you see the changes, the difference?
Yeah. They've all had changes, feel better. Someone that comes has had challenges, physical challenges, and she's feeling much better. She has also taken other routes, but yeah, she's feeling much better in herself, and she looks much better in herself.
That's good. So you're making a difference.
Yeah.
Good, well done. So I know that obviously we've met a couple of years ago, and we see each other weekly because we do some networking together. But you've also been to the charity to deliver some workshops. Now, what kind of advice have you given to those people that have got a cancer diagnosis? What's the first thing you'd say to them to look at? A little bit of a tip for them.
As look at interchanging in their life?
Yes. Or what can they do to just help themselves?
I would say think of themselves first.
Think of it. Oh, I don't. You're saying they need to be selfish?
Yeah.
But that is so true. That is so true. Think of yourself first. You're number one. You need to think of your needs first, because if you're not strong enough to help yourself, how can you be strong enough to support the others around you?
You can't.
Yeah. And I think in today's society, and I'd say probably more women than men.
Yeah.
Because our roles are wide. As a mother, we're there to nurture people around us. As a wife, we do. And then we become taxi drivers and all sorts with the kids. And we're worrying about everybody
else. And I think especially people that are in I don't know where they say middle ages nowadays because it keeps changing. But I think people that are in their sort of 40s and 50s, especially 40s, you're probably finding that people have got having children later. A lot of people having children later. They've then got teenagers growing up, but they've also got parents that are starting to become dependent on them as well. And they're still trying to fit in a full-time job and everything else. So yeah, a little time out to think of yourself. Definitely.
That has been one of the biggest lessons for me over the past few years. I know that up to about probably since I started working at the charity, up to about then, I did not put myself first. It was always do everything for everybody else, and I'll worry about myself later on. And that has been the biggest lesson, that coming to work at the charity and learning everything that we do within the workshops, I had decided after 2-3 months that that's it. I need to put myself first. I'm going to think about what I do for me first, because I need to keep myself healthy and active. And I wasn't as good as I am now. And I knew I needed to make that change. And I needed to change internally in my mental state first. So I made a decision. I promised myself I will not let myself go down the path and getting back to a certain size 20 or something. I knew I needed to just be kind to myself. So I'm not perfect. I don't think anybody is.
No.
It's very rare when I meet somebody that says, "Oh no, I never eat anything that I shouldn't be eating." Of course, I still have a bit of chocolate here and there, but nowhere near the amount that I used to. Just occasional now.
There is nothing wrong with a treat, is there? Life is for living.
This is it.
You can still have fun. And I think people, when I say, well, actually, yeah, I'm not saying never drink alcohol. I'm not saying never have chocolate. It's, if you deny yourself those things, then automatically you want them.
Correct. When I was a kid, it's like, no, you're not allowed to have this. Well, I want it now.
Yeah.
I'd go behind my parents' back to have it. So I was so naughty. But yeah, so allow yourself to have things that you enjoy, but not as often and not as much as you used to.
And you'll probably find over time you just don't want them anyway. Even when you're at that big party, you might think, no, actually, I don't need the alcohol to make me dance around on the floor.
I'm not an alcohol person at all. But then if it's cake, I'll be like, oh, I want to try it. And yes, I will try it, but I will not have a massive slab of it.
Yeah.
Or the second one or a third one like I would do, but maybe 10 years ago. Now I'll just have a little piece and be like, okay. And these days I actually probably find, oh, it's too sweet. I can't take it. My taste buds have changed over the years.
I used to be a big, big chocolate eater. And I would eat chocolate over meals, as probably why I ended up with
But I was a size 20 at the time.
But probably why I ended up with gallbladder issues. But now I take it or leave it. It doesn't really bother me. And if it's chocolate cake, it's a no. I just look at it and think, oh no, just I don't know.
So to go from being addicted to those sugary foods to just being able to say, nah, no thanks. That's a big change. And anybody out there can do that. We're not saying you shouldn't have it at all. We're just saying you can get yourself to a stage where you can look at it and go, do I really want it? Is it my birthday? No. Is it somebody else's birthday that I don't really, not that bothered? Or have a tiny piece and just have a taste of it, but don't have to eat a lot.
No, you don't have to eat it. But you don't. It depends how you feel on the day, doesn't it?
I'd say for me, I'm always looking at it and go, in my head I go 1, 2, 3. Do I really want this? Because I know how food impacts me now. I'm used to sensing what it does to my body.
Yeah.
I think when you go from not being so healthy to being healthier, you get more and more sensitive to the changes. So you notice when something's not right.
Yeah, I think you do straight away.
Yeah.
Even if you're out and about or you're on holiday and you try and eat the healthiest out of the foods and not the foods that you have at home, you are, even if you're trying to eat salads while you're on holiday with whatever, or vegetables and things, they're possibly not the same sort of vegetables you would have at home, or not cooked in the same way, or they're cooked in oil and things like that all the time. And you still feel it.
And this is why when you come back from holiday, sometimes you don't feel so great and there's a few pounds extra on the scale.
Yeah, that's what holidays are for.
The whole point is, in a holiday, don't read too much about it, but then just go back to a standard of being really good to yourself for the following few weeks. And it's going to naturally just kind of go away.
Yeah, just return to your normal habits when you come back from your holiday, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think people don't know, sometimes people don't know what foods to eat, don't know what foods are good for them as well. So it's good to go through those.
Well, that's why we have a whole educational piece at the charity. We've got cooking books, cooking recipes, we've got videos online, and we've got another lady coming once a month to talk about foods and what to do.
Yeah. And I think that's it. Did a retreat on Sunday and we cooked all the food really well. Everybody enjoyed it and found it calming, and some useful tips and things. And one of them was the food. So all the food was based around being stress-free, calming, and taking away inflammation. All of the food was based around that.
So what kind of foods did you have?
We had bliss balls in the morning. So they are bliss balls, yeah, and everybody says they are bliss. That was the response. They take off
bliss ball.
They are cocoa powder.
Yeah, so chocolate powder.
Yeah, chocolate powder. But it's pure.
Yeah.
So we had gluten-free oats, because we did have somebody there that was gluten-free. You can make it with either oats, which doesn't make any difference to the taste. There is some what else was in the recipe now? Yeah. So
do you have any seeds in there? You
can put seeds in. I didn't put a seed in, but you can.
Yeah.
Is nut butter in there?
Not butter.
Yeah, whichever nuts that it doesn't matter whether it's peanut or you can get almond butter, can't you? And that it doesn't matter. That's what's actually sticking it together. So, and it's just basically like the 3 or 4 things. That's it, depending on what you want to put in.
Yeah. So nut, chocolate, and oats. I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
No, it's simple. Just put it in the mixer, mix it up, and make just small balls like that. Yeah, out of it, and everybody thought they were really bliss. So they took after their name, and everybody's got the recipes now.
That's the whole point of going to places like this. If you get the recipes,
that you get the recipes from them as well. And then we had a late break and late lunch. So because we had a late lunch, we had a late break, and we had cucumber, mozzarella, and tomato on little cocktail sticks.
Oh,
I know. Yeah,
tomato and mozzarella is like a huge starter in France. It's kind of a European starter, isn't it? Just tomato and mozzarella, that's
very good for you. Lycopenes in there, and the B12s and things, so all very good. Good. So yeah, and the mozzarella, obviously protein.
Yes, we
need some protein. Yeah, and cucumber is 95% water, so hydration there, as well as your vitamin B's in there as well. So they help with inflammation as well. So yeah.
I mean, nutrition-wise, I think it's, even though you may not know anything about nutrition, I think there are people out there that don't know the difference between what's protein, what's fat, and what's carbs, actually.
Yeah.
And that's where us doing all these different kind of discussions and hopefully podcasts will get them to just be interested in what we do, and then they can reach out to you and learn from that. Even if it's just the basics. I mean, did you mention to me that you go to people's houses as well, and you can look at not only their environment but even their food cupboards?
Yeah, we can do that as well.
So they can utilise you to the maximum that they want.
If they want to. Yeah, we can go through all
not
what's
declutter, but look at the
not decluttering, but looking through and sort of saying, did you realise this has this? And so it's not just saying, oh, you shouldn't be eating that. I don't want to do that. It's just teaching or helping people to learn about themselves. And educating people so they reframe their minds. For dinner, we had Moroccan chickpea stew. So chickpeas again have lots of
protein in chickpeas.
So you can put different beans and that in if you like something like, say, some people don't like chickpeas, so you can put bitter beans in and things like that instead. But there was sweet potatoes in there, spinach, lots.
Oh, love it. You didn't bring me a sample.
And then we had yogurt and berries, because obviously berries are very antioxidant and are great as well, and a little bit of sweetness.
Yeah.
So to finish with, but we did go for mindful walk in the end in between instead of waiting.
Good. So you had, a bit of a
we had a bit of
as well.
We had yoga as well and begin as well as the workshop. So it was a good day.
So Alison, I know you're busy with your health coaching, but you've kindly agreed to actually come to the centre on a regular basis and come and help and volunteer there. And you will help us with the hydroxy therapy.
I will.
So I appreciate you doing that. But I wanted to mention for the people out there that this is being recorded in September 2025, but there's a bit of a project going on where we have so many individuals coming to us now. I mean, just today, we've had 4 new clients approaching us.
Wow.
4 in the day.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not like that every day, thankfully, because we couldn't cope otherwise, but it shows
it's good that your name is getting out there. People obviously need it.
Definitely, the word is spreading. We're getting more and more requests for support. And that means that we need to meet the demand one way or another, or I'm trying to anyway. So over the last couple of years, we've actually doubled the amount of people we were supporting. So it used to be around 40 back in early 2023. There's around 80 individuals that we support now, mid-2025, which is amazing. I mean, the centre is buzzing. It's always busy and active and doing things.
It's so peaceful in there.
I love it. It's just quiet and stress-free. But that's why we need people like Alison to come and help us out, because I can't afford to pay more staff. So it's nice to have somebody coming to do a couple of hours in the week or so. But what we're going to do to try to help those people that are also going back to work is we're going to extend the support hours for one evening. I'm not saying a week or every 2 weeks. I don't know yet. I need to do a pilot, but we're going to trial it before the end of the year, where we're going to offer therapies, the one-on-one therapies like Reiki, reflexology and massage, and the hydroxy, hopefully, up to a bit later in the day. So then people that are going back to work can come to us just after.
I think that's brilliant.
So hopefully we'll have the centre open until about 7 p.m. for people every so often. So that's why we need more money, people.
It's when people possibly still need it, don't they? Going back to work and having those extra pressures.
That's the challenge for cancer patients is that, one, finding out and going through the stress of the treatment. And we all know that treatment can be harsh. It's not easy. You've got to recover from that. And even if you have like 6 months off work or a year off work, once you go back to work, you're still not out of the woods in a way, because you've got the whole emotional side that you've got to deal with, what you've just gone through. And I feel that with the people that have been coming to us at the charity, I see them during the treatment, and after the treatment, that's when they go, I don't know who I am anymore. It's changed me, but I don't know who I am. So we try to work with them, not with just the health coaching, the nutrition, but also the mindset. We've got people coming to us, and I'm trained as a wellbeing coach, and I do emotional freedom technique, and just talking to them saying, look, think about yourself first, which comes back to your tip earlier.
Yeah.
Think of you as number one. What do you want to do? What do you want to do with your life now? Because you're still here. You've got a choice.
You've got a choice. You can go and do.
Now you've got every excuse to say, I want to change. I'm sorry, I'm not the same person anymore. It's changed me. Where you go, do what you want to do as much as you can. Obviously, we know that there's limitations with resources and so on, but
it's
I give people permission to stop worrying about everybody else and say, no, you're number one.
Definitely.
Yeah. And it changes them, and it's nice that we see people coming to us, they go through the treatment and it's like, feeling rubbish. Then they start to get better, and hopefully they bounce back quicker because of everything that we have to offer there. But then when they come back, and they keep coming on a regular basis, but when you look at a year down the line, and they're just perky, they're bouncy, and they're like happy, and they do things they never thought they would do. I've seen a lady come to us and very shy, reserved, and wouldn't say boo to a goose, and a year down the line, she's bouncy and everything, and she's done things on the holiday she never thought she would do, like jumping off a cliff, or just something crazy that even I wouldn't do.
I have somebody, and I'm sure she won't mind me saying, but she says it was her new lease of life. It was her wake up call, because she used to suffer with anxiety and didn't want to go to places because of that. But then now her mindset is, I need to do this, and I want to do this. I'm going to do it. Yeah,
life's too short on this. We only have 80-ish years, and the first 15 to 20 years we're kids anyway, and the last 10 years we're hopefully not, but I intend to be active on no way till the end. But once you only have a bit of money and rest and pension and your retirement hopefully is when you've got the time to get things going and do things. But you've got to keep yourself healthy to get to that stage when you've got the time.
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes it's not always possible. And we know we've all had relatives that have passed away before they're 80 something. So if you can, just do things now. Do what you want to do.
Yeah. While you still can, and while you're still
with the people that you love, and tell them that you love them.
Definitely.
Give them a hug. It helps.
Yeah.
That's good serotonin.
It does increases your serotonin.
The serotonin, or was the oxytocin, or I can't remember which hormone, but the happy hormone, whatever that one is.
And less cortisol.
So the key message here is look after yourself. Be your best advocate, really, for yourself.
If you can't advocate for yourself, who can you?
Exactly, who will do it? I did have a great compliment from somebody about a couple of months ago, and he said, what I like about you, Valerie, is that you never put yourself down. I was like, wow, I did not realize I'd gone to the stage where I don't put myself down anymore, because I used to. I'd be the first one to say, somebody would give me a compliment, but then I'd reply with a counteraction kind of thing, say, you're looking great today. Yeah, but I didn't do my hair this way. I would automatically go, but I didn't do this, or but. No, it was like, thank you. Now just take the compliments now.
So thank you.
Why should I put myself down?
People do it all the time, though, don't they? It's
a
like
lesson,
we
isn't
need
it?
to say something, otherwise we're being egotistic.
Nobody.
But we don't.
Should
They've
be
given that
feel that they are
confidence.
egotistic. You know, if you got a compliment, just accept it, because you're obviously making somebody feel like you look great, or you've done something nice for them, or you're a kind person. Nothing wrong with feeling beautiful.
No,
it's not competition. We're both beautiful here.
We are.
But it's not. It's not competition. Everybody's unique in their own way.
Yeah, it's everybody's day is different. And that's, I think, what you have to learn, isn't it?
We
learn that everybody is unique. Everybody has their own ways. Everybody does things the way
everybody's got their own method. That's why I don't like the pressure from social media to conform to a certain thing. And I'm so glad we grew up without it.
Yeah, I think it was easier.
It was much easier. I feel for those teenagers and young adults these days, because they grew up with having to feel like they've got to dress a certain way and behave a certain way or speak a certain way, and it's like, no, just be you, it's fine.
Yeah. It's so much pressure. Definitely.
Where can people find you?
I have a website, so it's www.numehealthcoaching.com. I am on social media under NuMe Health Coaching, both Instagram and Facebook.
Question: how do you spell NuMe?
NUME, capital N, small u, capital M, small e. And the reason is not about having a new me. Well, it is, but the reason is because when you go through any like major illness, or you are a changed person. So it's not as in new me, as in being completely new, but it's recognizing that you are a new person, so a new me,
new version.
Yeah. So that's why I chose it, because
I like that.
when I came through, I was a new person. I can still walk, but I can't run. So but I like walking, and I wasn't still embrace that, so that's why it's that way.
And on social media, are you on Facebook,
Instagram, and I am on LinkedIn, but under my own name,
under Alison Preston.
Yeah.
And well done for being out there, and thank you for supporting individuals. Hopefully we'll continue working together for quite some time. And
I'm looking forward to doing the hydroxy.
All the best, yes.
And the little chats.
I wish you every success, Alison.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.